Good morning. I would like to welcome you to our exciting, this year's 34th Annual Community Legislative Breakfast. A special warm greetings to our distinguished legislative leaders, my esteemed COJO board members, the COJO executive staff, in particular to our leader, Rabbi Yecheskel Paikas, our executive director, and of course, I'd like to greet our honored community organizational leaders and honored guests. Shh. This morning we celebrate, as I said, our 34th year of what we consider our dedicated and successful service to the communities of Greater Flatbush, Midwood, and surrounding areas. In order to move our program forward, I would like to introduce our breakfast chairman, our good friend of the organization, of the community. It gives me great pleasure, Mr. Leon Goldenberg.
That was nice. There's going to be a complete revision of the program. So first off, good morning and welcome everybody to the 34th Annual Breakfast. Just 1 year ago, COJO moved into beautiful brand new offices, and today we hold this exciting keynote event in this wonderful new venue, the Palace Hall. I will be introducing, everything is going to be on video today. It's going to be a whole new format. So just get ready. We're going to try to keep it quiet. We do have people going around the room, shushing. Okay? And so I'm going to really be introducing the video. I'm not introducing anybody. So you'll be meeting them by video, and then they'll come up in person for their presentation. Let's begin the program.
It is a great honor and a personal pleasure to present my good friend, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, the Distinguished Statesmanship Award. We have spent more time together recently that our wives are starting to get nervous. On November 6th, Hakeem overwhelmingly won a seat in the House of Representatives. In the newly redrawn 8th Congressional District, Hakeem recently has been appointed to the Budget and Judiciary Committees. In the next Congress, he looks forward to promoting economic growth, reforming the criminal justice system, preventing gun violence, and assisting neighborhoods in the district that were devastated by Hurricane Sandy. Prior to his election to Congress, Hakeem served for 6 years in the New York State Assembly, where he sponsored numerous bills and several important ones were passed. Hakeem obtained his bachelor's degree in political science from the State University at Binghamton, where he graduated with honors. He then went on to receive a master's degree in public policy from Georgetown University. Thereafter, he wasn't finished yet. Hakeem attended New York University, where he graduated magna cum laude in law and served on law review. Prior to his election to the Assembly, he practiced law. Yes, attorneys are still only practicing. But he did practice at Paul Weiss, a well-known law firm, and then served as counsel for Viacom Incorporated and CBS. It is my pleasure to ask Congressman Hakeem Jeffries to please step up and accept this award.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone to this wonderful breakfast, COJO of Flatbush, to Rabbi Paikas, Rabbi Khan, my good friend Leon Goldenberg, the many different members of the community and COJO of Flatbush who I've worked closely with. It's an honor and a privilege to receive this award from an organization that has done so much for so many people of different races and religious backgrounds and ethnicities all throughout the beloved community of Brooklyn that has meant so much to so many of us. These have been very difficult times. Superstorm Sandy has knocked down to the ground a lot of different folks who have been forced to rebuild their lives. And that's why I'm so thankful for an organization such as COJO of Flatbush that has spent so much time, so much energy, so much effort, and shown so much compassion to help people who are desperate in their time of need. On an everyday basis, COJO of Flatbush does a lot for those who are sick or ill or needy, hungry, need assistance navigating the often difficult terrain that we have to confront here in New York City. And I'm just pleased to be able to have this partnership with Rabbi Pikus and Rabbi Khan and the distinguished board of directors and the many different leaders who work closely with COJO of Flatbush to deliver the services that you do. And I will continue as a member of the House of Representatives to do everything that I can to support your wonderful mission. And that's why it's such an honor and a privilege to accept this beautiful award. And I accept it on behalf of the people who I represent in the 8th Congressional District, and look forward to the charge that you have set for me to continue to work hard on behalf of the most vulnerable amongst us in our society.
So how did you like that? This is actually a home blessing. This is something for the home instead of just for the office. May this home be a place of happiness and health and contentment, generosity and hope, a home of creativity and kindness. May those who visit and those who live here know only blessings and peace. COJO of Flatbush, 34th Annual Legislative Breakfast, present to Honorable Hakeem Jeffries.
I have been given the honor of presenting the Lena Simrowitz Distinguished Legislator Award to State Senator Jeff Klein. Senator Klein is a proven leader with more than 2 decades of experience in politics, law, and public service. Senator Klein was first elected to the New York State Senate in 2004. He had previously served in the Assembly. In the Senate, he was appointed as Deputy Majority Leader in 2009 and co-leader of the Senate in 2012. Senator Klein has built a reputation as an effective and trusted public servant, authoring numerous laws that directly impact the health, welfare, and prosperity of his district, as well as the millions of New York State citizens. In January 2012, Senator Klein was overwhelmingly elected Senate President pro tempore. He was also voted leader of the Senate's Independent Democratic Conference. The conference started in January 2011. Under a new bipartisan power-sharing agreement enacted by the Chamber, Senator Klein will share the title of Senate President with Senator Dean Scalos of Long Island. Jeff, an IDC leader, will exercise joint and equal control over the Chamber with his Republican counterpart. A lifelong resident of the Northeast Bronx and my Landsmann, yes, I am from the Bronx. Educated in Bronx public schools, Senator Klein holds a BA from Queens College and an MPA from Columbia University, School of International Public Affairs, a JD from the City University of New York Law School, where he also was a member of the Law Review. Just 3 more degrees than me. Senator Klein is a member of the New York Regional Board of the Anti-Defamation League and a partner in the law firm of Klein, Calderoni, and Santucci, and he still lives in Morris Park in the Bronx. Thank you. I'd like to ask Steve Simrowitz to come up and help me present this award to State Senator Jeff Klein.
Well, I'm certainly very proud to receive this year's award from COJO, an organization that I respect for all their fine work. COJO over the years really defines tzedakah, giving back to the community that they serve so well. Making sure that our senior citizens can live out their golden years in comfort and dignity, making sure that our youth have meaningful activities after school and during the summer, and most recently, the fantastic work they did in dealing with the aftermath of Superstorm Sandy. The relief effort by COJO was really second to none. They were there for the community they serve, and that's why it's such a pleasure. I know the work they've done. I've helped them over the years, and I'll continue to be a great supporter of COJO of Flatbush. I would also like to thank Rabbi Pikus and the board of COJO for all the fine work that they've done over the years in serving the community. We all have the best interests of the community in mind, and they're always there to serve.
More papers. It's the same one. It's the same plaque, so we won't read it again. In order to save time, we're not reading all the plaques. And no, I am not presenting all the awards. As a matter of fact, I am going home now. I'm done.
It gives me great pleasure, and it is an honor for me to present the Distinguished Fiscal Leadership Award to the Honorable Dominic Breccia, Jr., Chairman of the New York City Council Finance Committee. Dominic returned to Brooklyn in 1989 after attending Atlanta Law School, earning his Juris Doctor degree. Councilman Recchia started to fulfill his passion for public service when he was elected to Community School Board number 21. He served first as a member, then vice president, and finally as president. He also previously served as member of Community Board 13. He remained a passionate advocate for education and constantly fights for increased funding and support for the classroom. After years of negotiation, Councilman Recchia successfully won major victories for the community, including year-round jobs and affordable housing for the citizens of New York City. As chairman of the Cultural Affairs Committee, Councilman Recchia worked to ensure that New York City remained the hub of world culture. Councilman Recchia was also instrumental in getting bars and clubs meet state requirements for certification and training of security guards. He also ensured that all guards must undergo criminal background checks. He also sponsored a bill that would require large commercial buildings to upgrade the lighting so they save on energy costs. He was also instrumental in creating over 17,800 jobs. In 2010, Councilman Recchia was appointed the chair of the Finance Committee. He previously chaired Cultural Affairs as well as Small Business Services and has been a member of the Committee on Education, Environmental Protection, Public Safety, Aging, and Governmental Operations. He is currently a member of the Cultural Affairs, Governmental Operations, Education, Civil Service, and Labor and State and Federal Legislation. It gives me a great honor to present you with COJO's Distinguished Fiscal Leadership Award. Mr. Dominic Recchia.
Good morning, and thank you to COJO of Flatbush. My name is Dominic M. Recchia Jr., and I am the council member from Coney Island, Gravesend, Brighton Beach, Bensonhurst, Seagate, and for the past 12 years, I served as the council member for this wonderful district, the 47th district. I am also the finance chairman of the New York City Council under the leadership of Speaker Christine Quinn. Over these past 12 years, I've worked with COJO of Flatbush, and together, both worked with each other, grew together for the best interests of the constituents, my constituents, and the people of New York City, of the wonderful work that COJO of Flatbush did under the leadership of Rabbi Pincus. I first met Rabbi Pincus when I was on the school board in the late 1980s from my friend Charlie Sprigel. And I learned of the wonderful work that they did, and I started to get involved with him at that time. And our friendship and our relationship, my relationship with COJO of Flatbush grew then. But when I was elected to the New York City Council, I really saw the wonderful work that they do day in, day out, serving seniors, helping the unprovided, helping the people that really need it. And it didn't matter what background they came from, what community they came from. Rabbi Pincus' door and the door of COJO of Flatbush has always been open to all people of New York City. So it is with great honor that I accept this award today, because I enjoy it, and it's coming from a great, great community group that will always be remembered. As I conclude my last 10 months of being the New York City Council member, I look back on everything that we have done together with Rabbi Pincus and COJO of Flatbush. But I will never forget that day in October when Superstorm Sandy hit my district, and we got hit hard. I reached out for help, and I needed help from everyone in the community. Rabbi Pincus and COJO of Flatbush called me and said, "What do you need, Councilman?" I said, "I need help." Next thing I know it, I turn around and Rabbi Cohn was there. And he says, "We have to organize this better." And that we did. And we received kosher food from many different organizations, like Med Council on Jewish Poverty, and COJO of Flatbush just organized it, got us the food that we needed, because many people throughout my district needed food, and there were many kosher people who only eat kosher food. Rabbi Cohn was there with me day in and day out, working side by side with their volunteers from the COJO of Flatbush. I will never forget that day. I'll never forget the day because they just didn't give out food. They organized workers and volunteers to go door to door, knocking on doors to see what people needed, whether they needed food, water, clothing, and the volunteers were there from COJO of Flatbush. So as I finish out my last 10 months, I want to say to every member, every worker, every volunteer under the leadership of Rabbi Pincus, Rabbi Cohen, and COJO of Flatbush, thank you. Thank you for helping my district. I will never forget all of you have done, and I hope our future will continue to grow together so we can serve all the constituents and all the people of Brooklyn and New York City. Thank you very much for this award.
Here we go. Okay. Boy, oh boy, do we hear from. Okay, come on in. So here, okay. Something to. Ready?
It is my privilege, and indeed it is my honor, to introduce to you our next awardee, Councilman David Greenfield. Councilman Greenfield will be receiving COJO of Flatbush's Distinguished Councilman of Distinction Award. And there is no councilman more deserving and more distinguished than he is in what he has been doing and in the activities that he has been involved with. He has been a friend not only to COJO, but to the citizens of all of Brooklyn and by extension all of New York. His work has been superb. He has made a name for himself in the brief time that he's been on the council, and we expect many other things as well from him. He is a man well deserving of this honor, and I'd like to introduce you to Councilman David Greenfield. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is David Greenfield. I have the privilege of serving as a New York City councilman for this community. I just want to say how excited I am to be here this morning and what a thrill it is to join everyone. You know, when people think of emergencies, they understand organizations like Hatzalah, which rush to an emergency call, or they understand an organization like Misaskin, which unfortunately has serious work to do, many times late at night or after accidents. But what they don't understand is that COJO, specifically COJO of Flatbush, deals with emergencies, but they're less glamorous. God forbid somebody loses their home, someone loses their health, someone loses their job. These are the kinds of emergencies that COJO of Flatbush deals with every single day. And so I want to thank COJO for being involved in the community emergencies that aren't glamorous but are equally important. Speaking of an emergency, we all know what happened with Superstorm Sandy. There was one organization in our community that stood up, that made a difference, and that was COJO. COJO was incredible. I was very privileged to work with COJO. We actually worked with them to co-found a tzedakah. We raised over $500,000. They literally raised millions of dollars more. I especially want to thank Rabbi Kahn and Rabbi Pincus for the great work that they did, and literally thousands of people that they helped through their work at COJO. And finally, I just want to end by saying that COJO is an incredible organization. It has a great board of directors, the president, Moshe Zakheim, Leon Goldenberg, some other incredible folks, but really it's the people. It's the people who work every single day at COJO, the dozens of people who work with people to help them find jobs, to help them find homes, to get them health insurance, to get them benefits. Those are the people who really deserve today's award. So I accept today's award on their behalf. Thank you very much.
Our next honoree is Patricia Wang, President and CEO of Health First, an individual with a strong professional background, having practiced health law with extensive experience in healthcare management and head of one of the largest managed care healthcare providers in the city of New York. A distinctive individual that is sensitive to the needs of the diverse communities that we service here in New York. Pat always strives to provide culturally and linguistically sensitive healthcare to diverse communities and has formed strong partnerships with providers and community organizations. We are privileged on this special occasion where we give recognition to those who have enhanced the quality of life of the residents of the city of New York. We take this opportunity of giving recognition to a leader in the field of healthcare. We are privileged to give recognition to Patricia Wang, President and CEO of Health First. It is my great pleasure to award Ms. Patricia Wang, on behalf of Health First, the Distinguished Medical Rofe Award.
Hello, I'm Pat Wong, the CEO and President of Health First, a not-for-profit health insurance company serving the New York City and Long Island region. Our specialty is a health insurance company serving close to 900,000 folks in our service area. Really has been around raising health awareness in the community, raising knowledge about the importance of healthcare, and in particular, trying to make sure that people know about and have access to the health insurance programs that are available to them. In that regard, we've worked closely with COJO on low-cost, affordable health insurance programs such as Medicaid Child Health Plus and Family Health Plus. We look forward and are busy working with COJO now to get ready for the health benefit exchanges in 2014, which will provide a whole new array of interesting insurance products for a wider group of people. And as usual, the working relationship with COJO is tremendous. I really want to thank COJO for honoring Health First in this fashion. It really is our honor and our privilege to work with such a fine organization as yours. And congratulations to Rabbi Pikus and Rabbi Khan, again, for your leadership of this tremendous organization. And congratulations on your 34th Community Legislative Breakfast, of which we are again very pleased to be a part. So thank you very much. We're very honored.
It is a great honor to make this special presentation of Excellence in Banking Award to Mr. Dominic Kama, Senior Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Investors Bank. Mr. Kama has the primary responsibility of developing and implementing the strategic direction of the bank, as well as the oversight of all functional operational areas of the bank. Prior to this appointment, Dominic served as the bank's Chief Financial Officer. During his tenure as CFO, the bank raised over $500 million in capital in a successful initial public offering, converting to a public company in 2005. The bank's outstanding level of performance was recognized as one of the top 25 performing publicly traded small-cap banks in the U.S. In 2012, Investors was named on Fortune Top 100 Fastest Growing Companies list. Dominic has also placed an equally concentrated focus on corporate social responsibility and is actively involved in the local communities that Investors serve. Both the bank and its foundation have lent their support to organizations such as Hatzalah of Borough Park, Boni Olam, and the Council of Jewish Organizations of Flatbush.
Welcome to Investors Bank.
Hi, come on in. I'd like to thank Rabbi Pikus, the Board of Directors, and the board members for this great award. I am truly humbled by the fact that you've decided to bestow this upon me. And again, I'm pleased with the relationship that we have at Investors Bank with COJO. Thank you.
The next young lady whom we are paying tribute, paying homage to and honoring this morning has traveled a long way to participate in this event, coming all the way from Troy in upstate New York. Ms. Beth Mooney, Workforce Program Specialist for New York State OTDA, has advised us and helped us manage successfully the execution of a workforce contract that has made it possible for many of the unemployed and displaced individuals in our community to find gainful and sustained employment. Ms. Mooney's efforts and advocacy on our behalf has made it possible for us to emerge as one of the leading providers of the wage subsidy program services in the state of New York. Her guidance and direction will always be gratefully acknowledged. And we take this privilege to present this award to Ms. Beth Mooney as an expression of the acknowledgement of what she has done for the community and has done for us. I hereby present her with the Distinguished Workforce Leadership Award.
Good morning. It is my pleasure and honor to present the Keter Shem Tov Award to Alan Hirsch. Alan has been a leader in the community for decades. He started the Views, got to be 30 some odd years ago. And he's there to help the community in every which way. He's helped people in Israel. He and Barbara, I can't forget his wife Barbara, because behind every successful man, it is his wife who runs the show. And Barbara is a phenomenal lady in her own right. So Alan's been helping people in Israel, people in the Flatbush community. He's the gabbai of his shul. He's the president of another shul for many, many years. I know Alan and Barbara for decades, and they will never say no to people in need. And to get the Keter Shem Tov Award, very, very appropriate. It is an earned honor, not a given honor. These people are there for the community. And I, who represent COJO this morning and present the award to Alan Hirsch, it is my pleasure, it is my honor. He's just a good guy. Good morning. First, I want to thank my family and friends for coming out this morning to honor me and to pay tribute to the wonderful organization COJO of Flatbush. It is with honor and thanks that I stand before you today. I really don't know how Larry convinced me to take this on. It is not me to be honored. As a lifelong resident of Flatbush, having raised my family here and established my business here, The Views, I've seen COJO grow in its outreach and service to the Flatbush community. Under the dynamic leadership of Rabbi Pikus, COJO has grown from a small storefront operation to the most dynamic Jewish organization in Flatbush, with a beautiful modern facility on Avenue M. Through my paper, The Views, we have helped many thousands of people in the community and in Israel. At the present time, we are running our annual Kimcha de Pischa campaign for Yehuda and Shomron. We have raised millions of dollars for tzedakah and have had a chance to view most of the organizations in the community at work. Very few organizations have proven to do the work that COJO does. The mere fact that over 1,200 people are here today, this morning, for breakfast is a tremendous tribute to COJO. COJO has assisted thousands of people over the years with all the programs they administer. But none has grabbed us all as the work that COJO did when Hurricane Sandy's devastation struck. When the rain stopped, Rabbi Khan put on his cape and became Superman, working day and night helping people get their lives back together. Anyone that watched Rabbi Khan in action was in awe. COJO took the lead in helping the communities. Whether it be Seagate, Flatbush, or Farakre, COJO, Rabbi Khan, and his crew were there. Countless individuals and families turned to COJO for assistance of food, clothing, and shelter. COJO earned our respect. They proved they deserved to be the #1 organization in Flatbush. They showed us why every year at this time, community leaders, politicians, Amcha, and all come out to support of COJO. Of course, they deserve it. Yasher Koach to the board, the officers, Rabbi Pikus, Rabbi Khan, Vicky, and the whole staff at COJO. They deserve a round of applause. Once again, I would like to thank you for coming, especially my wife Barbara, my mother, my family, and each and every one of you. May COJO and its members continue to be the successful path of good work, much luck, Hatzlacha for many more years to come. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to COJO's 34th Community Legislative Breakfast. My name is Hindi Klein, and I'm a proud COJO board member. I have been given the lovely honor of introducing the Eishes Chayil awardee, Mrs. Dini Bigeyer. I'm pausing so that you can all applaud. Dini is being honored with this year's Distinguished Community Service Woman of Valor Award for her outstanding commitment to COJO and to the community. I am fully qualified to talk to you about Dini. Deanie and I go back to elementary school together to the first grade. We went to grade school together, high school together, college together. Our husbands are friends, our children are friends, and our grandchildren are already playing together. The Eishes Chayil Award is so appropriate for Deanie because she is the quintessential Eishes Chayil. She is a loving and devoted wife, a loyal and precious friend, a consummate professional, an elegant and creative writer, a gracious hostess, and a Baalas Chesed par excellence. Her grant writing services, which I know are used by many organizations, are utilized by COJO so that she can get for them the best resource opportunities. And for that, we award her this honor. In short, Deanie is a woman of wisdom, wit, and style. Deanie, Mazel Tov on this well-deserved and most deserved honor. May you and your beautiful family have countless blessings. We at COJO thank you with all of our hearts. Mazel Tov.
I first was introduced to COJO about 5 years ago when a board member contacted me and asked if I would help write a grant. They had need of a grant writer to help Vicki, who's wonderful, but who needed help because there were a few grants coming down the pike at the same time. And my background is in fundraising and grant writing. So I said, sure. I'd heard of COJO, but I didn't really know what COJO did. And what I found out was that COJO's sole purpose is to help people in our community. What COJO has done under the leadership of the amazing Rabbi Pickes is to look around and discover the needs of our community and go out and design programs and raise the funds to address those needs. And Rabbi Pickes and COJO have been doing this for more than 3 decades. So almost every issue that our community has faced, whether it's settling refugees or helping the head of household who lost a job, or helping the woman who has to go back to work or has never been at work after many years who has to go back for financial reasons, or addressing the issue of kids at risk. COJO's been at the forefront of all of these issues. And when I discovered what COJO was doing, and when I discovered that the people who COJO was helping were just the ordinary people in our community, our neighbors' parents, just the people that we may not even know are being helped, that we know. I wanted to be part of that. And I found that the people at COJO, the staff is amazing, dedicated, talented, passionate about what they're doing. And I feel privileged to work with this staff. I'm honored that they chose me to give this award to, and I hope to continue working on behalf of COJO for many years. Thank you.
Okay, we need quiet now, please. This is a home blessing. May this home be a place of happiness and health, of contentment, generosity, and hope, a home of creativity and kindness. May those who visit and those who live here know only blessing and peace. This award is presented to Mrs. Deanie Begayer, Distinguished Community Leader, Woman of Valor, Eishes Chayil Award, COJO Breakfast, 2013.
The next awardee was given for the Outstanding Community Service Award. This award is going to a woman, Mrs. Mary Taylor. Mary Taylor has shown the world during the Hurricane Sandy storm that her coordination, her volunteer creation, has serviced every community in the tri-state area with such amazing results. Murray is an exemplified mother and an unbelievable wife. Her husband, Sergeant Taylor, is one of the closest friends to COJO for many, many, many years. To me, this award is a tremendous honor to be presenting, because Mary Taylor is somebody who stands as a young leader who is going to help and service the community with her heart and is devoted to every single citizen of the state of New York. And today I would like to present this great award, the Outstanding Community Service Award, to you, Mrs. Murray Taylor. To me, this is an honor, a privilege, and something that is well-deserving.
After 4 days into the storm, I saw that there were many people that have lost everything, all their possessions, homes, everything that was dear to them. On Saturday night after the storm, I told my father that I have to get involved and I wanted to do something to help. My father has an office in a building on Avenue I in Ostrand Avenue. I told him we need a place to store clothing, and after making a few phone calls, he secured the largest office space in the building. Within hours, we had 16 garbage bags filled with clothing dropped off on Ostrand Avenue. The next day, it went viral. There were 20 women volunteers that came to store clothing. We didn't want clothing that one wouldn't put on their own child, on themselves. It had to be dignified and beautiful. Started bringing clothing, toiletries, diapers, shampoos, anything. There were so many volunteers that I didn't know their names. I still don't know some people's names. After a week or so, we only accepted clothing brand new with tags. These people deserve to have their dignity, and that was a part of it. There was one lady that came by and asked us what we needed, and we said we needed boys' clothing. She went to Target and purchased the entire rack of boys' clothing and polo shirts. We had every size. There was a family that came to us for help from the 5 towns. When they arrived here, the children were dirty and their clothes were unkempt. It was incredibly painful to watch this family suffer as much as they did. They had lost their house and every possession that they owned. We helped them with warm food, which we warmed up from Meal Mart, which, by the way, donated cases and cases of food. We helped them get back on their feet and started the process of getting them assistance with food delivery, and every single Shabbos till today they get food. When the family arrived here, when the family left, the father said thank you, and this was the first hot meal that the family had eaten in 2 weeks since the storm began. It was a very humbling experience to help them. COJO was sending people to us as well. And before we knew it, Rabbi Khan came to the center and asked us what we needed. We told him that the most requested items were pillows, blankets, linens, a place to lie down, kitchen appliances, and many other items. Within days, we were fully stocked with small kitchen appliances, dishes, microwaves, and much more. It was as if you were walking into a store, minus the cash register. That's the way we were running it. People were coming to us from Oceanside, Atlantic Beach, Bell Harbor, Rockaway, 5 Towns, and Long Beach. I'd like to thank Chaim Deitch, the founder and director of Flatbush Shomrim, the organization that the center was run under. I'd like to thank my parents, Akiva and Sippy Klein, for their guidance and their support throughout the entire operation of the center. And my husband, Sergeant Richie Taylor, for his support, his encouragement, and the pride that he showed in me. It was what kept me going. And my daughters, Abigail, Shira, and Nechama, for their unconditional love, their hugs, their kisses, and their open arms waiting for me when I came home. I feel humbled in receiving recognition from COJO today. There are so many other people that I think deserve recognition more than I do. This storm has showed me and all the volunteers that in the time of need, Klal Yisrael joins together in helping their fellow Yid. I thank you very much again, and I accept this recognition on behalf of all the other volunteers that helped make the Flatbush Shomrim Relief Center what it was. Thank you.
If I could have your attention for just 1 minute. Shh. It's not fair to point out any one honoree over another, and so I will not do that. But personally, I have to say that Mary Taylor did something extraordinary, and you should just know about it if you didn't pay attention to the video. She opened up a store opened up a store, a hurricane relief store, that not only took care of people in Brooklyn, but took care of people all across the shore region from as far away as Long Beach. That's called getting involved. You want to make a difference? Mary Taylor made a difference.
The Young Leadership Award this year is going to Mr. and Mrs. Yuri and Yelena Polanski. This young couple is a true example of young people stepping up in our community and making a difference. We are so proud as our organization of COJO of Flatbush to have this young couple on a day-to-day basis working with us to making the difference in so many people's lives. They work in a company called New York City Energy Audits, but that's their day job. Their evening jobs, the afternoon jobs, the weekend jobs is all about what can I do for you as my community. So it's my honor this morning to present the Young Leadership Award to Mr. and Mrs. Polanski. Thank you so much for accepting this great award, and we're looking forward to seeing tremendous, tremendous things from you in the future.
Good morning. I'm Yuri Polanski and this is Yulia Polanski. We are owners of NYS Energy Audits. We are the company who provides insulation and energy efficiency to people of New York City. We insulate and weatherize people's houses and make them nice and comfortable, helping them to save on utility bills as well as making their homes comfortable so people can enjoy their life better.
For the past few years, we've been working with COJO, and we feel very privileged to be part of the COJO family. COJO is an amazing organization that helps a lot of needy people in Brooklyn and all of the New York City. And it's an honor to be here today, to be nominated for the award. We would like to thank COJO and the wonderful people that work here for all the help and support. We feel that together we can do a lot of many great things for our community.
It's from the first time when we met Rabbi Pikus, we felt a synergy. We felt that we really can do together many things. We can really help a lot of people, and we very, very privileged and we very excited, if I may say so, to know Rabbi Pikus, because he is absolutely an amazing person. And Rabbi Khan, he is absolutely an amazing person, and he is my personal friend. I'm very proud to call him my friend. And they have absolutely amazing stuff working here.
Yes.
Everyone here, Marty, Cindy, Dory,
Vicky.
Everyone is absolutely, they are a bunch of absolutely amazing people. Every time when we come in here, it is a great pleasure. It really gives us a lot of positive energy every time we come here. And we are very much hoping to work together for many, many years to come. And we very much enjoy this relationship and would like to continue. We'd like to thank everyone here and wish you many, many, many years, healthy and happy years.
Yeah, we're looking forward to continue a relationship for many, many years. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Next honorees have been part of our team since their early years, from the time that they have made it their decision to enter a field where they can apply their talents and education to serve the needs of the less fortunate in our communities. Angela and David undertook the task of catering to the most needy, the infirm, the elderly, and the impoverished that are in our midst, to try and improve their life and life using their educational background and applying it in the field of social work. This couple has become endeared to the many clients who they have interacted with through our organization over the years. And now Angela and David Task Hayes are bonded together as a family unit. They continue in the same direction, becoming involved in the greater Flatbush community where they are residing presently, following in the footsteps of the wonderful Hayes family, who remain very active in Jewish communal life. We are very confident that as the years go by, this special couple will become very unique as they move forward in communal life and serve as exemplary members in the Russian community. We wish Angela and David and their families to go from strength to strength. It is our privilege to bestow upon them this token of our appreciation for electing to take an active role in the community. We hereby present the Young Leadership Award to Mr. and Mrs. David and Angela Tascase.
When I started working as a social work intern at COJO of Flatbush, I started working off at the 9/11 program, which was a program designed to give support to the survivors of 9/11, the people who were the first responders, whether it be firemen, policemen, or family members that were affected by 9/11. COJO of Flatbush provided services. They helped them connect to all different types of supports that they need. They provided these population with emotional support and basically with financial support as well. COJO did a really lot of good work.
I began my social work career at the COJO of Flatbush, working also at the 9/11 program, providing crisis intervention, financial assistance, case management on all levels, and support groups for a lot of the families affected by the World Trade Center. You know, they lost a loved one. I also ran the literacy program, and you know, we assisted immigrants with counseling as well as English second language courses. And after over 8 years of working so closely with COJO, I said, wow, this is an amazing organization and I want to continue to be part of it. It's a valuable resource to the community. And until this day, I continue working with them very closely, especially with Nava Sivan on eviction prevention, benefits and entitlements for a lot of my current clients. And without COJO, I don't know how my work would ever get done. And it's really humbling experience to be here today, and it's not really us that should be getting awarded, but COJO for their amazing work and all their efforts. And I just wanted to say we're so happy to be part of your team, and we look forward to many, many, many long years of working together and helping the community at large, and you know, working together, and we're very happy to be here. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Without the NYPD, COJO of Flatbush cannot do the work that it needs to do on a day-to-day basis. Let everyone know the importance of their work, and we respect them in the utmost. Last night, there was a tragedy in our neighborhood, and the NYPD stands up again to take care of everything that's necessary. It's my honor to introduce Chaim Deutsch today for this next award.
I think you could talk because my voice is deep enough to go through everyone's voice, so. Choosing COJO's Distinguished Guardianship Awardee is pretty difficult, as there are so many great police officials in the New York City Police Department. This year, we didn't have to look far. Our choice was clear. Inspector Eric Rodriguez is well known for his devotion and dedication. Just recently, Police Commissioner Raymond Kelly recognized Inspector Rodriguez for his hard work, achievements, and promoted Deputy Inspector Eric Rodriguez to a full inspector. So please give him a round of applause. Inspector Eric Rodriguez joined the New York City Police Department in June of 1992. He was promoted to sergeant in August of 1998. He became lieutenant in September of 2001, captain in October of 2003, deputy inspector in January of 2008, and like I said, just recently promoted to inspector. All this was accomplished through his hard work and dedication to the people of our community. Inspector Rodriguez is tough on crime and has a no-nonsense approach on petty offenses. He believes and trains his officers on the broken windows theory. He tackles quality of life issues and petty crimes so they don't escalate into more serious occurrences. The decrease in crime here in the 70th precinct is because of his tough on crime approach and no-nonsense demeanor. At the same time, he is fair to his cops in return for hard work. Inspector Rodriguez, today we recognize you, we honor you, and we salute you.
Okay, at this time, we'd like to call upon all the Hurricane Sandy honorees to please come to the front. Shh. If everyone could please come to the front. Nisano Gold, Mr. Fred Kreisman, shh. The Seagate Association, Mordechai Ben David, Mr. Wellhandler, Esther Zicherman, Rabbi Eisenstock, Akiva, please everyone come to the front. Shh. And a message from our president, Moshe Zakheim, and then we will have a video in honor of the Hurricane Sandy heroes.
I beg your indulgence. We will try to have you out after everything in about 15, 20 minutes. At the end of October, throughout Zones A of Brooklyn, the Rockaways, the 5 towns and other parts of New York, we all remembered we suffered pain, losses, and damage. Today, we want to recognize the courageous heroes of Hurricane Sandy rescue and relief efforts that saved many lives in the wake of the storm and their damages. We thank COJO's Crisis Intervention Unit, our board, the 200 Corps of volunteers organized by Shomrim, Chaim Deitch, and Miri Taylor's leadership. We recognize and commend Achiezer Community Resource Center, every affected community chesed organization and synagogue, many whom have sent their representatives here today. We are also grateful to Willie Rappold, the Met Council, FEMA, Robin Hood Foundation, and the UGA Federation's Council to Recovery Sandy Relief Program, all who funded very generously, allowing us to continue our work of relocating hundreds of individuals' families and restoring them back to their regular, normal lives.
Please, we're asking for quiet for a few more minutes. Please, just a few more minutes.
Shh. You all gave us hope. You volunteers gave us hope and feeling that none of us were alone in these efforts. Here is a video. Please take a look at it. Very, very moving, very emotional. A couple of minutes, you will see the video of what took place.
These are the heroes of New York. Standing ovation for these people. Okay, right after the public officials, we were going to show the video of the hurricane.
Want to say something? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's so easy to give honor to people. Sometimes they deserve it, sometimes they don't. But everybody standing up here, we are unanimous in praise, admiration, We truly appreciate the selfless, heroic work of each and every one of you, both elected, represented for elected, and regular, good old-fashioned human beings who rose to the highest level of the human spirit. Thank you.
I give the mic back to Leon Goldenberg.
Okay, we're going to have all the mayoral candidates come up now. We're going to start with the controller, John Liu. I'd like to recognize in the meantime, Darlene Mealy. The video presentation will be worth staying for.
Good morning. Good morning, COJO of Flatbush. This is a huge event that takes place every year now for over 3 decades. And in a time when things are still challenging, the services, the one-stop service center that COJO of Flatbush provides is more invaluable than ever before, with all the services for our youth, our seniors, everyone in between, including small business assistance and job training. The services of COJO of Flatbush are truly invaluable, and I'm here just to give brief greetings and to say thank you for all the support that you provide to this organization, and to thank the people in this organization that make things happen. Rabbi Pikus, Leon Goldenberg, and Morris Zakheim. They do literally God's work, because in a time when people are still struggling, we need all the help we can get. So just want to say, keep up the great work in the years to come. As they say in my native land of Taiwan, Chazak ve'amatz. And on the upcoming holiday season, wish everyone a Zisen Pesach. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Adolfo Carrion, I see standing here.
Go.
Let him come up here.
Who wants to come up? Let him come up now. You want to introduce people? Go.
John Casamidis, I saw him in the audience before. Is he still there? Just jump in.
You did? Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Adolfo Carrion, and it's great to be in Brooklyn this morning with COJO of Flatbush. Let me just say congratulations to all of the honorees that you recognize today. All of them are deserving of pause and recognition. Some of them have been my colleagues over the years. They've been friends, and they've been champions for the people and the city of New York. To COJO, I want to say thank you for being that point of light in this community. Thank you for the great work that you have done over decades. We owe you our support, our admiration, our congratulations. As you probably know, just recently I announced that I'm running for mayor of New York City because we are one city. When 3 in 10 voters are coming out to vote in 2009, we are facing a crisis of trust and confidence. We need to come together as one city, one New York family. Keep up the great work. God bless you, and thank you very much.
John Casamidis. Are any of the other candidates here?
Thank you for inviting me this morning. I'm glad to be here with my people. I'm not a Jew just today. I've been involved with the Jewish community for over 30 years. I've been on Rabbi Schneier's board in New York for 28 years. I worked with Rabbi Butman lighting the menorah for 25 years. I worked with Malcolm Hoenlein on bringing peace to Jerusalem. I am here to hear all your concerns, and I will always be here for you. Thank you for inviting me this morning.
And now the mayor of Brooklyn, Marty Markowitz.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Of course, for those of you who are not Jewish, understand this breakfast is a real Jewish breakfast. The word you'll hear most often is shh. No one's listening to what we're saying. We're not listening to what you're saying. And it's a perfect breakfast to go to. Anyway, let me congratulate all the honorees. Once again, COJO has selected the best. And I want to say to Pat Wang at Health First, Dominic Kammer Investors, these are business leaders that join with the community leaders that really get it done. Working together, community and business, really has made things happen in Brooklyn and in New York City. And I want to congratulate them and all the honorees. Let me just mention this is my last breakfast as your Brooklyn Borough President here as COJO of Flatbush.
You'll be here next year too.
But next year, should you invite me, I'll be one of the first ones in because the early bird gets the locks. So I know that. Okay, a little joke and I'm finished. A Jewish couple, after being married for 50 years, this Jewish couple took a look at his wife, the husband took a look at his wife, and said 50 years ago, we had a cheap house, a junk car, slept on a sofa bed, and watched a 10-inch black and white TV. But I got to sleep every night with a sizzling 23-year-old. Now, I have a $750,000 home, a $45,000 car, a nice big king-size bed, and a large screen TV. But I'm now with a 73-year-old woman. It seems to me you're not holding up your side of things, he says to his wife. But the wife, a Yiddish cup, she says, she told me, the husband, to go out and find a sizzling young 23-year-old girl, and she would make sure that I once again would be living in a cheap house, driving a junk car, sleeping on a sofa bed, and watching a 10-inch black and white TV. With that, welcome to the biggest political audition in the entire city of New York, the annual COJO of Flatbush Breakfast. Congratulations.
This used to be an Orthodox breakfast. I'd like to acknowledge Jumani Williams, Councilman.
It's off. No. It gives me a personal pleasure to call upon one of the leading voices in the Jewish community. Could you please welcome Mr. Malcolm Homeline?
Never follow Marty Markowitz. I only want to say that I'm here out of Hakaras Hatov, not only as a resident of the community, but because I saw firsthand what the council did for the victims of Sandy. The day and night work of Rabbi Kahn, the work of the whole council, Rabbi Pincus's leadership over the years. The whole community owes them a tremendous debt of gratitude and Hakaras Hatov. May they go, Mechayel El Chayel, and continue the tremendous work that they've done on behalf of all of the residents, all of the people of our community.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for everything.
Leon, I'd like to take this opportunity to call upon... Okay, Scott Stringer, good. Scott, sorry.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Scott Stringer. Unlike Marty, I'm the Manhattan Borough President, but I wanted to come here to say to all of you, congratulations to the honorees, to this wonderful COJO that does so much important work. You are known beyond the borders of Brooklyn, and in the coming years, I hope very much to get to know you, to work with you, because after all, we have to all come together as one city to fight for the critical issues that mean so much to our families and, most importantly, to our children. So it's great to be here. Congratulations, honorees. We will see you soon. Thank you.
I'd like to recognize Rhoda Jacobs, Helene Weinstein, Lou Fiddler I saw before, and I'd like to ask Eric Senator Daniel Squadron, who's very helpful. Oh, he's right there. Okay. He's been hiding. Okay. We're going to do the video in 3 minutes. We also have Tom DiNapoli. One more person. Wait. Tom DiNapoli, the state controller, who signs the checks for us. Right?
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone. What a great turnout for COJO of Flatbush. Thank you for the extraordinary work that you do, the direct services, the support to allied community groups, the work in coordination with Met Council. We still live in a difficult and challenging time. Families are in need, and COJO of Flatbush is there to help those in need. Congratulations to all your wonderful honorees today. Keep up the great work. We feel privileged in the Controller's Office to work with you. Congratulations to Rabbi Pikus, to Moshe Zakheim. Thank you for the great leadership you provide to the community.
Thank you for coming. Eric Salango, running for mayor. Salgado, sorry. What? Quick picture, quick picture. Quick picture. Look at me. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're okay? Okay. Leave that with you. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Eric Salgado. I am also running for mayor under the Democratic Party. I am a social conservative. Therefore, I'm very proud to be here. I thank all my friends from the Jewish community that are supporting my candidate. And I thank you so much, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Public Advocate Bill de Blasio.
Thank you, Leon. I want to say to Leon, to Moshe Zakheim, to Rabbi Pikus, your extraordinary leadership makes COJO of Flatbush what it is, helps us help thousands of people. I have been honored to be associated with COJO of Flatbush for over a decade. And I want to tell you, this is what we need more of in this city, a focus on our neighborhoods, a focus on all 5 boroughs, not just one. I have been fighting every day to make sure this city government actually supports Brooklyn and Queens and the Bronx and Staten Island just as much as Manhattan. And we need that, especially our small businesses, which have been hurting so much because of the policies of this mayor. So we're going to change some things in this city with your help, and thank you for your support for COJO of Flatbush, and thank you, everyone in this room, for your support of the State of Israel each and every day. Thank you.
I want to make a special thank you to our public advocate, Bill de Blasio, for many of the important things that were made for the Hurricane Sandy victims, the 6-month extension for the people's mortgages. It was done on behalf of the public advocate's office. It was an amazing, amazing thing for those residents. Thank you again, Bill de Blasio.
Thank you.
And I got a special on my mortgage, too. I'd like to ask Congressman Jerry Nadler to come up. And right after Congressman, we're going to have the video. I said that. Congressman Jerry Nadler. They can't hear it behind, so I have to repeat it.
Thank you very much. Let me just say very briefly, Mazel Tov to all the good work that the COJO and all the affiliated agencies do. And I just have one thing to say. We in government have the duty to assist COJO and all the agencies in all the works of Gemilas Chasadim which they do. We have to get federal money for them. There is a great battle going on in Congress and in Washington today as to whether the federal government should continue to support the kinds of housing and education and health that COJO and all the groups represented here do. I will fight for them. I am opposed to the sequester, to cutting spending for social services, because people need the social services, and organizations like COJO of Flatbush and all the organizations affiliated with Met Council that help poor people and help people who cannot do things for themselves need the help. You need the help from the federal government. We will do everything we can to provide it against a lot of people in Washington who do not think the federal government has any business doing what Hashem wants it to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here, your indulgence, your patience. This morning's breakfast could not have taken place without the superhuman efforts of the staff of COJO, led so ably by Rabbi Pikus, assisted in the superhuman efforts Rabbi Khan, each one's dedicated staff, another division led by Vicky DeVitas. I don't want to go into details, but as one of the executive officers here, I personally want to thank each and every one for the efforts that you have seen this morning. Their work is not just one day, it's not just one breakfast. As you've seen from the video, you've seen what they've done on behalf of the individuals who suffered from Hurricane Sandy. There are individuals 365 days a year who turn to the organization and are answered within minutes, whether it's a matter of a dispossess, no food on the table, health matters, legal matters. They know there's an address to turn to, and that is COJO. On behalf of the board and the community in general, I would like to take this opportunity to thank every single member of the staff of COJO for the work that they do. As long as there is the need for us to provide services for the less fortunate, Kadosh Baruch Hu should give us the ability and the funding from the local organizations, from the politicians, from the government, for us to fulfill that obligation. Again, may you all go b'chayil l'chayil, Mitzvah Shem D'Schus, of all the good work that's done on behalf of Klal Yisrael, by Klal Yisrael. We should all be zoche to see the Geula b'meher of Yameinu. Thank you and have a good morning.